and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together for the Dot of Block, Mr. Campbell!
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, folks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Go on. Go on. Go on. No, go on. Go on. Oh, go on. Stop it already. Stop it. Or go on, either way.
And without further ado, the master of disaster and the chainsaw champion of Royal Oak, Michigan, Lorne Campbell!
Okay. Oh, thanks for being so quiet and attentive. That's the boy, because what we have to say is so
very important.
You know, Ted, you and I were talking backstage. I said, Ted, we just finished up an interview. This was a name brand media outlet.
It was big.
And the first words out of Ted's mouth as we rounded the corner was what? Amateur, he says. Amateur.
Rank, I think I used the word rank amateur.
Rank amateur.
Rank amateur.
I was being polite, Ted.
Yeah, that's right.
I didn't realize, I didn't want to share how rude you really were to them. But
And
yes,
I said...
yes, they were amateur, and they were kind of rank in their own way. And we thought to ourselves...
And we said, you know,
hey, selves?
any idiot could do this job.
Oh, yeah. So at panels, why leave it to someone who has a degree in blah, 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 journalism, whatever? Does anyone here think they could moderate a panel with me and Ted and be a good interviewer? Okay, right there. No, stand up, please. Why do you think you're qualified? Please share your resume of hosting.
Tell us. You can do it.
It's because I'm a YouTuber, and through YouTube I train to talk to the audience and I meet celebrities.
You've trained. You might be too trained for what we need. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind.
We'll keep that in mind.
That's an audition.
That's an audition, it is. Does anyone else think they might be a good moderator?
Have less experience?
Host?
Oh, wow, right here, yes.
You, sir.
Yes? What are your qualifications, sir?
I've seen episodes. Well,
You've seen stuff.
You've seen things.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, that's
Ted,
something.
He's ahead of the pack.
He is, yep.
I've seen
What else
things.
you got?
I haven't done anything, but I've seen a lot. Where are you from, sir?
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah, you've seen some things. She's coming in! That's a Nor'wester.
Yeah.
honest truth, when I'm having a bad day, I come home.
Yep.
I watch season 2 of your show in the morgue.
In the morgue. You're referring to Ash vs. Evil Dead.
So what you're saying is when you feel like crap, you watch Bruce Campbell. Is that what you're saying? Wow.
Oh,
Sure. Have you ever done any job interviews before, or, Thank
But
God
now,
is
wait,
right.
how do you, sir, how do you expect that to get you this job?
Yes. How?
Talk about kissing ass.
When I'm having a bad day, I really put it on. And
That's still not going to get you the job.
Okay, yeah, but
I feel sorry for you,
Yeah.
sir. Because what do you do in order to have a bad day? What gives you a bad day? What's your profession?
ring wrong. I make jewelry.
You make jewelry.
You make jewelry. So you size a ring
when
wrong.
you do what wrong?
I guess my bad day is if I was a quarter size off on a size for a woman waiting. And
Can't you resize it?
Yeah,
if you're
can't you?
off?
Yeah, what's the problem?
What kind of a jeweler are you? Sorry, ma'am. I'm a purist. I only do this once. Shit, I'm off. Go away. What kind of a salesman are you? A sausage finger?
Sausage finger.
Is that what you
Is that
call
what you
your
tell-
clients?
Yeah, is that what you say? Hey, Mr. Sausage
How'd
Finger.
it go today,
Hey.
honey? Oh, fine. I
Oh.
figured 8 fucking sausage fingers today.
Hey, fat hands.
Oh, fucking
I got
kielbasa.
your ring ready.
Yeah, okay, kielbasa lips. I saw your sausage fingers.
Hey, chubby wrist.
Yeah,
Guess what
right.
happened today? Your bracelet's ready.
Wait, he just insulted his wife.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, so
sir,
you make
thank
rings, you
for
have
your
lousy
audition.
days,
We'll,
and this...
we'll get back to you, as they say in the business.
back to you.
Like way later, we'll get back to you.
Bruce, I think I see someone up front here.
Sure. Good gravy. Yes.
Yes, you.
Yes, a kid dressed as Ash, which does get brownie points.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Saying there's a lot of lazy people who didn't dress up at all. Yes, young man responsible enough to dress up. No one's better than
Mini Ash,
Mini
especially
Ash?
you, Bruce.
Hey, kid, are you auditioning for the job? What?
You are. Okay, you want the job. You want to be a host.
Why?
This is my boost.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right, come on up.
Come on up. Not bad.
All right, come on up. Come around. Go right that way. Man, these empowered little shits today. Hey, come on up. There you go. Are you a helicopter parent or a snowplow parent? Just let him be.
You just let him be? What do you mean?
He lets him be whatever he wants to be. Oh, what kind of a father are you? Sir, what's your name?
Ramsey.
Ramsey. That's
Ramsey.
that's like named after a king, right?
A pharaoh.
Pharaoh, sorry, Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, yeah.
Did you
Like a pharaoh
did
cat.
you even know that, or you thought you just had a weird name? Weird, great name.
I like my name.
Fine.
Oh, you do?
Good.
All right, well, look, Ramsey, we're going to audition you to be a host. You want to be a host?
We kind of gave him.
Does that sound good? Does that sound good? All right. All right, so you're the host of the show. What's the name of the show?
The Ramsey Show.
Oh,
Good
boy,
name.
Ted.
Good name.
Oh, wow. By the way, kid, as the host, Ted and I are the guests. It's not our responsibility to entertain the audience, so we will now immediately stop entertaining the audience.
Correct.
It is now your job as of right now. Ted, water?
Yeah.
You're killing it, kid.
Hi.
Well, Ramsey, here's the thing. When hosts go on TV, they usually do what? You know, like Conan O'Brien, what does he do when he gets on stage?
Talk to the audience.
That's right, he gives a monologue, doesn't he? Do you know what a monologue is? No. It's a long, boring speech that sometimes is funny.
Do you want to try one of those? A monologue?
I think I think this kid's possessed or needs a little help.
Yep. And they have medication for that.
Ramsey, when you come home from school, do you make those noises all day long before Dad gets back?
Yes.
You know, if I live with you,
need help.
It would be good to get those done before I got home. I would like that too.
Yeah.
Hey, what grade are you in?
Second.
Second.
Mm-hmm.
And where do you work? Oh, Dad, here we
dear
go
God.
with the medication again. The next person may need that chair.
Yeah.
Colonial Village.
Take it easy, kid.
What do you do? Like when you get home from school? What, 3:30 in the afternoon?
What's the first thing you do?
Yeah.
Talk to my dad.
Okay.
Oh,
And
okay.
what do you say? What's your name, sir? Ramsey.
Oh, you're Ramsey also.
You're Ramsey. He's Ramsey too.
He's Ramsey the
it's
first.
It's a dynasty. Okay, and your uncle's Tutankhamun? Is that what's happening here? Okay, and what do you say to Ramsey 1?
Hi, Dad.
Say number 1. I'm feeling good as number 2. But after Hey Dad, every kid says Hey Dad. What else do you bring to the table beside Hey Dad?
What else do you tell him?
Sometimes he brings me a snack. Yeah.
So sometimes it brings you a snack.
Okay.
What's your favorite snack?
Wow.
Now some people do have lives. Even people here have lives to go back to. So
And speaking of
answers
going
are
back,
great.
you did just great, and we're going to send you back right now to your father.
Well done. Okay, well done.
Now, who else thinks they've got the chops
Okay.
that doesn't have strange gastrointestinal problems?
Hands are going up. Over here, Ted. Over there, Ted. Pick somebody over there.
Let's see.
Yeah.
You, sir, the bearded man. That's you.
Yes, the bearded man. Come up. Wait.
Come on up here.
Is he pre-auditioning?
He's pre-auditioning. We're going to pre-audition him. Why do you want to be a host, buddy?
Because of you, Ted. Like, I am.
What did I do?
You son of a bitch, because of you.
Because of you. You, boy. I've been waiting my whole life, and now you're going
To
to
get
it.
back at you. Ted, that's only half funny now. Okay, sorry, sir.
Sorry, what?
I'm sick of the likes of me being called ranked amateurs by the likes of Ted.
Wow. Them's fighting words, boy. And when I get mad, Bruce fights for me. Bruce, go take care of this
And
kid.
you know what? When I get mad, my stunt man fights for me. Yeah, don't get me mad.
Ma'am,
Okay.
stand up. You and me have got some fisting
sir.
to do.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Got it. Look, okay, we've heard your personal problems. Why do you want to host?
Yeah.
Why do you want to carry the load?
I want to try to redeem journalists in Ted's eyes.
That cannot be done, boy.
Ted?
That's
Ted,
too
you want to
late.
give him a shot?
All right, let's give him a shot.
Come on up here.
Come on up
now.
here. Give him a round of applause.
Don't be so jaded, Ted. Don't be so jaded.
Yeah.
You know, people can change, you know, Ted.
They can change.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Not everyone has crystallized
She's
thinking,
changed.
Ted.
Come here, buddy. Have a seat.
Sir, what was your name again?
My name's Greg.
Greg. Hello, Greg. Welcome,
Greg.
Greg.
Nice
Welcome.
to meet you.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Ted.
meet. Now, Greg, do they call you the angriest journalist alive? Is that your moniker?
Yeah.
I guess that's what it's going to be now. Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Wait. Now he gets to name his show. And
Yes.
then
What is the name of your show? The name of your hosting show?
Talking trash with Ted and Bruce.
Hey, it's your show.
Okay.
Fair enough. So,
All right.
Ted, you and I will cease entertaining starting
Yep.
right now.
Okay, so are we actually going to allow me to ask you guys questions? Because I got
Yeah,
some.
we're here.
I
Well,
got-
this is your show.
I have some hard-hitting journalistic questions for each of you. I'll start with one for Bruce. I got one for
We're
you.
rolling, sir. We're
All right,
rolling.
okay. So Bruce, I have all your books, all 3 of them. I really
Good. Then you don't have to ask any questions.
well. I have all 3 of them, and I really enjoyed 2 of them.
Wow.
Wow.
But you know,
Wow.
I read.
How to get
What he
shut
means is
down
he
by a
enjoyed parts of
journalist.
1, 2, and 3 totally.
I read
I-
most of your stuff.
I read Make Love the Bruce Campbell Way, and when I was done with it, my wife said that our life in the boudoir was even worse. That wasn't a question. The question is,
Well, then clearly you didn't read the book.
well, I looked at all the pictures. There were a lot of those. How did the novel writing come about, and do you think you have another novel in you? See, there is a question at the end of this.
The novel writing came about because that's sort of how it fell off the truck. And some creative projects are born logically straightforward, and others follow a very weird, cryptic path. That would be one of those. And then it became Make Love as an audio book, marketed as a comedy album, so no one knew that it was an audio book. So it currently stands on record. Ted was in it. Ted had like 6 parts in it. It's the most expensive audiobook recorded in the history of audiobooks. It's a $60,000 audiobook. So I'm really good at business if anyone wants to jump into business with me. We've recouped, I think, bring me that phone. Oh, of course, it's a security guy. Yeah, they're almost done with their boring stories. Yeah, that sounds nice, baby. Sorry to interrupt your show.
That's all right. You were saying?
No, that's it. That one had sort of a wonky future.
You were going to tell me if you had another novel in you.
Oh, another one.
Maybe you wanted to ask him why one of his books sucked or something? Was that one of your questions to him?
Well, I already told him it didn't work. Well, Megan loved the Bruce Campbell way may have worked. It just made things worse.
But isn't not worked another journalist way of saying it sucked? I thought it sucked.
Speaking of things that sucked. You were in a film with Traci Lords, right, called Skinner. What are your memories of working on that? And are you happy with that being on your resume? Traci Lords is great, right? Everybody loves her. Yeah.
The answer is yes, excellent, and I loved it. So, yes,
by the way,
I love that movie.
Mr. Judgy Pants, I too have worked with Traci Lords, and if you knew your trivia, she played Autolycus' ex-wife in the last episode of Hercules ever filmed. And she is spectacular as an actress, and I can't wait. I would use her in anything because
she's awesome.
Here's the point. She's very game. Some actresses, you have to talk like for hours and hours and for them to understand why you just need them to just roll in the dirt. And she'll just go, come on, let's go. Roll camera. So she's very game.
Was it
she's
the same
fearless.
Working on Skinner?
It was. She's bright, on time every day, and that's something that a lot of actors don't think is important. But she was on time. She knew all her lines. Got her blocking in 2 seconds. She was amazing.
Now, Ted, am I not wrong? Is it the movie Masters of the Universe? She did a title song that she either wrote or owned the publishing to.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was
wound
a weird
up
fact, yeah.
Probably making more off of that than anything else combined.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So
she's also a musician of some sort. Yeah, a songwriter. Yeah, I think you're right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we do love her.
Yeah, who doesn't, right? You guys, you get it. It's a live audience in the show. So,
now, do you have any other questions?
Are you looking to get the next host up?
No, Mr. Grumpy Pants. We love having you here. We'd like another question from you.
Okay, so obviously you were both involved in those shows, working on Xena.
Yeah.
And then going back to New Zealand to do Ash vs. Evil Dead. But there's so many Ash questions, we don't need to do those. Tell us about Jack of all trades. You came to Toronto when you wrote Make Love the Bruce Campbell Way, and I came and I got the hardcover signed, and you said, hey kid, nice Chuck Berry shirt. I was wearing a Chuck Berry shirt, and I said, thanks. I love Jack of all trades. I'm thinking of going on a hunger strike until they bring it back on. And you were like, let me give you some advice. I'm like, yeah. You slammed the book shut, slid it over to me, and you said, don't do that. But that was a fun show. Come on, you had...
Well, yeah, because you would have died. You would have died. So there's one life that I've saved in this world right here. You're welcome, humanity.
My wife really appreciates it. But yeah, what?
Ma'am, is that true?
Wait, what? Who's yelling what? What? No, you don't what? Appreciate it.
Oh.
All right. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So it was a question about Jack of all trades. What about Jack of all trades?
Yeah, what about that show? That must have been, what was it like working on that? And what was it like not coming back for a second season?
One season wonders. Probably it actually shocked the New Zealand crew more than it shocked me. Actors have all been part of pilots that failed. George Clooney was, like 10, 15 pilots that failed?
Yeah, that's right.
It happens. They come and go. The Kiwis, one of their biggest first jobs was Hercules, ran 6 seasons. Ted and the Xena crew, and I was there for part of that, ran immediately after for 6 seasons. So everyone in New Zealand was like, right, yeah, all these American shows, they run forever. I'm going to buy a house. And then, what's the next show? Oh, yeah, Jack of all trades. Right, 6 seasons. After the first season, I never got more dirty looks in my life than like, what happened? Like, I'm the idiot, right? Where were the other 5 years?
The only people thinking you were the realtors. I love that Bruce Campbell made me a fortune,
Oh,
mate.
right, he jacked up all the prices.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that show messed with real estate values in the Auckland area. Vern Troyer, bless Vern Troyer, he played Napoleon in the show.
That was a great casting decision.
And for those of you who didn't see it, which would be probably 98% of you here, that's right. See, no one's even fessing up to it. Yeah, so don't try now. Don't try now. You weren't there 15 years ago. Don't try now. But just to work with guys like that was awesome to have a sword fight with Napoleon as Vern Troyer.
Yeah, another great thing about those shows is that now it was just in the nascent days of the internet. Now, writers, as a general rule, love to get their, writers love to get their claws in the show. They want to make sure the actors are saying the lines right. They want to make sure the directors are doing their words right. They wrote those words, and if they can get on the set, they're going to be on the set watching you say them. Now, the great thing about New Zealand is it's 7,500 miles away.
Now, Ted, especially in the early 90s.
Yeah, when there was basically no internet. They couldn't get there. Now, the time difference was so extreme, they couldn't call. So we'd get this script and we'd be like, hey, nice template. This should be interesting. Let's cut out these 7 pages. Good idea. And we'll rewrite those pages. Now, to be fair, those writers were really good, and they gave us some amazing, stuff to work with, so it could be molded well. But that, I don't think, will ever happen again in the history of television.
No, the timeline was awesome because the footage it wasn't beamed. There's no link. Oh, let's look at today's dailies, which is what you do now.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
link.
right. Yeah.
No, this had to be put on a plane, shipped back, developed, cut into dailies. The executives see it, and 3-4 days goes by.
Yeah.
We're a day ahead in New Zealand. So
like
we'll
5
get a
days
note.
went by, yeah.
Hey, could you in that? No, we're on the next episode. They were always. And even if we weren't, we would just say, "Oh, great note for some other times. Bye, we're gone. Gotta go."
Yeah.
And my manager, his name was Robert. He talked like on Gilligan's Island, Thurston Howell III. Why do you do those shows in New Zealand? No one watches them. I said, everyone but you watches the show. These are the #1 syndicated shows. We can go down there. Ted has spent days not using a single word written for him to the betterment of the show. Because what are we, little monkeys of these writers? Huh?
Yeah.
Say this word. No. We're thinking sentient beings, Ted.
That's right.
And if you're a funny guy like Ted, you see a line that's a stiff, you know it.
Yeah, we just change it. We
Yeah.
just change it up.
So if you're just riffing on set, coming up with your own dialogue, is there not a script supervisor sitting there calling you
Sure,
out?
but they're just having a harder time
you
than most.
understand. We outrank the script supervisor.
Yeah, it's true.
There is a
Are you
hierarchy.
sure?
Oh, it's a hierarchy. Oh, hell
Sure.
yeah. Unless you're working on a big Hollywood thing, no. And the only reason why they send a script supervisor is because the writer's too terrified to come up themselves. They send a bureaucrat. Hello. You swapped some words. Woohoo, whoopsie.
True.
No. I did that for Congo. Come on, folks. Come on. It's a Michael Crichton book adapted by John Patrick Shanley, who's a great Broadway origin writer who probably said, don't change my words. Saw in Congo, which is a monkey movie.
How many of you saw Congo? Raise your hand.
Yeah, right.
How many of you thought it was great? Raise your hand. Wow. All right,
So I did my first little speech to the camera. I had to broadcast a little thing. And afterward, they sent someone up to say that I added a and a well and
They do that
uh-huh.
sometimes,
And
yeah.
I started laughing. I went, get out of here. What are you doing? She went, no, you added a and a well and a huh. I said, what's your point now, lady? Because where are we going with this? We need to stick to the script. I changed it because it kind of the beats I thought blew. Mr. Shanley. Anyway, so here's why it's a soul crusher when you do that to actors. Don't crush their soul, those of you who are writer-director types. Take two, what am I thinking of? I better not add the and the well and the huh. Where did my performance go? In the toilet in the jungle.
It's true.
That's
true.
not the creative process that I'm interested in, so I'll go back to New Zealand to work on, and that's why I'm working on Hercules. Because those days were fun.
They were.
They're supposed to be fun. We're in the
Yeah.
entertainment business. It's not supposed to be like shoveling coal. That's for really talented people.
You played a really fun character on Xena. Like, what are some of your memories of doing?
Great character.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
great character.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, mostly I remember, I've never experienced before or since a show that I had basically free reign. I could, just we were talking about. There weren't basically no holds barred. And our producer, Robert Tappert, who was great at making that stuff, really loved comedy, but never had any notes on how the comedy should be done. So we could do whatever. It was like doing a community college play for 6 years.
Where Ted, the funny thing was, from my perspective, watching Ted work, listening to Ted work is as entertaining as watching him work. I was coming in to rehearse a scene, and Ted was already doing a scene, and big bulky costumes.
Yeah, it was heavy.
Always 18 props. And Ted, he's rehearsing something as I come in the sound stage, and I have a pretty long way to go. And as I open the door and shut the door, I hear, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh, yeah, my thing did that. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, here, let me put that back here. And oh. I'm like, Ted must be rehearsing because things are being knocked over and he's being injured. So it almost be.
I am
it's time to
actually
shoot.
very clumsy. Yeah, I do not. It's
But
true.
there was
Yeah.
a lot going on. Those were very prop heavy. When I say prop heavy, the Kiwis, bless their souls, if you said build a table, because in the Hercules days, they were all look like Fred Flintstone tables.
Yeah.
They would go, right, build a heavy table. It's not moving. It's not moving.
No, they
So
would do that. Yeah.
We had heavy, weird props.
There was a scene once where I remember I was in stocks. Joxer
Right.
is in
They were probably
stocks.
58 pounds.
Joxer's in stocks. I went, hey, and the two prop guys were bringing it over. I went, man, that's the best looking styrofoam prop stock I've ever seen. They must have just painted it. That's why there's two enormous guys with muscles out to here carrying that thing. So they go, here you go, Mighty. Here's your stook. I went, great. I put it on and went, oh, my. It was a real stock. I was made of like oak with iron chains on it. I couldn't believe it.
Now, what's great about the Kiwis is they always have a plan, too. They go, right, so that there's no spinal compression, you can only keep it on for 4 minutes at a time. So they have a plan. It's not like they don't have a plan.
Yeah, it was crazy.
As horrifying as it was. But great craftsmen. These are all people who went from Xena onto all the Lord of the Rings movies.
They did.
Every single one.
They did.
To
In fact, I remember
Avatar,
last year
and
of
every
Xena,
single one. The end credits of the first Lord of the Rings, I'm like,
yeah,
we
all
lost
of
them all that last
We
season.
did. We did. It got
Last
got a
season of
skeleton crew.
Hercules, there was a big sucking sound, and all the crew members got sucked into Peter Jackson's world. And then, you asked about Jack of all trades. Oh, great. I'm going to shoot his show. Man, they got great horses and everything down here. I need one black steed, one great hero horse. I check it out. Oh, now, Peter Jackson's got them. Peter Jackson's got them for what? For Lord of the Rings. What does he need, like a couple horses? Oh, no, he's got them. He's got them. He's got them.
Yeah, mate, there's only 6 horses.
I'm like,
in
are
the
you
house.
talking like
Mate.
in Auckland? No, like in New Zealand and Australia and Papua fucking New Guinea. He's got them. That son of a bitch paid $250,000 for his lead horse. I get jack of all trades. This thing with a sway back. They called it Widowmaker. You know, they go, right, there you go. He won't give you any trouble. I'm like, will it make it to the set? I mean, oh my God. So people like me. Hey, do you like Lord of the Rings? No, and I've never seen it. Son of a bitch.
Now, Mr. Host, we're going to give you one last question, and then we've got to interview one more host before we're done.
Okay, I'll just stick with the New Zealand theme.
Because everybody
for one
gets
last
canceled,
one.
sir. Everybody.
What's that?
Everyone gets canceled, sir.
Everyone
That's
does
right.
get canceled, and I'm
Even
about to
your
get my
show.
time. Then one last quick one. You were both on Ash vs. Evil Dead, also shot in New Zealand.
Yes.
What did you think of the creative choice to set Michigan in New Zealand? That's a bit of a tough sell, no?
For Ash vs. Evil Dead?
Yeah.
Why is audacious to set that in Michigan?
No, why?
No,
He wants to know
it
why we shot Michigan for New Zealand for Michigan.
Oh, why we didn't shoot in Michigan?
Kind of tough to make New Zealand look like Michigan, no?
But I think we faked it.
Yeah, it was pretty good fake.
Here's the weird thing. That show, everything is fake. Literally, we didn't go outside. Did not go outside because the show was so stylized that we had the people who Peter Jackson stole for Lord of the Rings as great craftsmen. We didn't have to go outside. That was the point. The idea was, and Rob Tappert had just done Spartacus with these people.
That's our producer.
So the knowledge of special effects, I have to say, down there, there's no one who can really match it.
what was
As far as crews go.
Yeah, what was challenging was the cars, because as you know, the famous Delta 88 classic car in that movie, but which is great. You can have other cars around it to say simulate a parking lot or a car race, except that all those cars drive on the left.
Right.
American and, of course, Canadian cars drive on the right. So if you want a car, you got to bring it in. So dozens of cars were brought in from North America to pretend that it was Detroit, Michigan, and all their street signs are kind of wrong, and the street lines are kind of wrong. So if any of us were driving on them, we would die in horrible, smelted, burning, hellacious accidents. So all of them had to be repainted to make it look like, American roads. The signage was wrong. But other than that, I think it was faked pretty well. Most things were basically there. It looked kind of weird, South Sea Island-y at times. We faked it pretty good. I mean, none of us in North America.
The craftsmen were very good.
Yeah.
Literally, if you opened a drawer, there were business cards and
it was
functioning
incredibly
stationery
detailed. Yeah, it was.
And on
amazing.
Hercules, the only giveaway was if you had a background artist who was on Hercules and who said I could do an American accent.
Yeah.
And they thought they were killing it.
They
They
did.
thought they were good. And most of them got about 82%. Look, over there, it's Hercules. We go, yeah, pal, what, close enough. We got that. We're going to move on. And then the other guy, over there, what do you think you're doing, Xena? No, there's no R. Oh, it's okay. So, and a lot of times with a stunt guy, stunt guys do this sometimes. You're not getting in there, buddy. They get shot 8 times. So you hire a stunt guy to do one line of dialogue. So in New Zealand, they had that a lot. He's guarding a tavern. Hercules is going to get into a tavern. And it would be, no way, pal. You're not getting into here. But the guy's going to get ratcheted into a wall. So you can't find an actor who's going to get ratcheted into a wall. So you have a stunt guy go, no way, pal. You're not going to come in here. And you let him do it because you don't want to get him confused. Just say it how you would say it. No, mate, not going to get in here. Perfect. I don't want their head thinking about the line. Think about the stunt.
That's right.
And then back in the United States, a guy in the booth goes, no way, man, you're not getting in here. So it was sort of Hercules and Xena were a combo platter of voices and visuals.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for our guest host.
Thank you. Well done.
Fabulous
Thank
job.
you.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Fabulous. Probably have to go some more auditions.
I
Some
think
more.
so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. Probably have time
Now,
for one
folks,
more.
who
really
else think they might be a great host?
Great host. Really
a great
interesting host.
Who else? Who do we have here? Any ladies? You, miss. Why do you think you'd be a great host?
I manage a retail store full of teenage girls, so I think I can manage it too.
Come on up.
Come on.
Come on up.
Boy. Teenage girls. Boy, that's all right.
You bet. Have a seat, young lady. Now, first of all, you're dressed very interesting. Why don't you tell us what you're holding in your hand there?
It's a Dilophosaurus.
It's a Galapagos.
Here's your microphone.
And
right
you
here,
are
man.
cosplaying as?
Oh, Ellie
Here's your
from
microphone.
Jurassic Park.
Let's give her a hand, folks.
All right,
It's an excellent
all right.
costume.
Very good. So, microphone etiquette. Get nice and close there, and use that. And so here you are. You won the role. Ted's obviously a little girl, and I'm not sure why I'm in that category, but that's cool. So, what's the name of your show?
Yes, what is the name of your show?
It's called Bruce and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Bruce
Oh, Bruce Ted's Excellent Adventure. Okay.
Wow, I've never.
All right.
Sounds unique, really unique.
Yep.
Right?
Now, do you have an opening statement or an opening monologue to give the audience?
I mostly just wanted to embarrass my mom, who's over there.
You mostly just want to embarrass your mom.
Embarrass your mom.
Mom, where are you?
Where
Raise your
are you,
hand.
Mom?
Are you humiliated? I guess you've achieved your goals. Is there anything else that you wanted to do to impress the audience, maybe?
Is this a podcast format? Because if it is, we should go really slow and boring. Because there's no time limit on a podcast. Oh, look, Ted. Have you tried my new Eco Cups?
Yes,
Wait,
Bruce.
wasn't this a podcast? No.
No.
We go seamlessly in and out of advertising and podcasts. You don't even know what's happening. We lull you because Eco Cups are the best, Ted.
They are.
When you're in the middle of a podcast, what do you want to do, Ted? Have a sip of
Sip of Eco Cup.
better than a non-Eco Cup, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Those just make you thirstier. There's no plastic particles in these cups. No, good old-fashioned bioparticles. They'll go right through you and clean out the plastic bioparticles that are in you.
Yes. Now, young lady.
Sorry, yeah, it's your show.
It's your show. We're
Okay.
What do you think? What's next? What's next?
So, one of the most disappointing moments in my life, like
Yes.
one of the most like crippling news that ever has been given to me, I actually cried for like an hour, was Ash vs. Evil Dead is canceled.
That was crippling, was it?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm
Well,
going to
that's-
send you a present for the holidays. It's called Perspective. No, we felt we had told a fun rejuvenation of the story. Had you seen the original Evil Dead movies?
I have seen all of them.
All of them. And so then, had you seen them before you saw the TV show, though?
Yes.
And when you saw the TV show, you went, whoopsie-doopsie, they're doing a TV show, right? And then
thought
when
it
you
was
saw
the
it, you were
coolest
like,
thing ever.
oh, wham-ba-lam-bam, that's just what I wanted.
Yep.
And then we pulled the old plugola, and what was the word? You were devastated?
You were devastated. You were
Shattered?
destroyed?
Shattered, destroyed.
Annihilated, she
Yeah.
said.
Well, how do you come back from that? That's why we're here today on
Lots of
your
alcohol.
show. How
we
to
make
come back from
appearances.
traumatic fan experiences.
And when you were devastated, what did you do then?
I cried.
You cried. How long did you cry for?
2 hours.
2 hours you cried for. Did you share that pain with anybody?
My mom.
You shared it with your mom. Mom, is that true? Did she cry for 2 hours? Oh.
Aha!
Okay. Half an
Oh,
hour.
fake
So you-
news,
you-
huh?
you
Fake
cri-
news.
You cried for half an hour and then you turned
Forgot
on
why
like
she
Game
was
of Thrones.
crying.
And
That's
she
what
was like, fuck
happened.
that show. I don't give a shit about that show.
Jeez. Okay, so it's your show. Carry on.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Okay, considering the last season of Ash vs. Evil Dead landed on a cliffhanger, what would have happened next?
What would happen next?
What would have happened next,
I
Bruce?
love your
What?
phraseology. It landed on a cliffhanger. I mean, it's one thing to land on a cliffhanger. That's gotta hurt. Just so you know, ma'am, our love and respect to fans gave you that cliffhanger in the first place because we were terrified that the studio might cancel the show. We had seen the ratings, and they weren't, well, let's say, Walking Dead big. They were more just dead. And we thought, well, we've seen shows canceled in the off-season, and sometimes fans can literally go, what happened to my favorite show? And the characters, Stinky and Bobo, you know, we don't know. We figured if we did a nosedive, let's give them some semi-satisfactory ending to pay off a little bit of the Ash mythos. He's not just a jerk in a trailer home doing meth and hanging out with strippers. This guy, he's got a prophecy to fulfill.
Substance.
He's not just a substance abuser.
Yeah. Does that answer your question, or are you left more confused?
Oh, I'm okay.
Okay.
Your show.
Second question. How sweaty does your hand get in that chainsaw?
Wow. Wow. I love it.
Yes, Bruce, how sweaty does it get?
I'm gonna hit him with a real practical question about a saw. Well, it's...
Bruce, 1 to 10. That's what we want.
Well-
1, not at all. 10, vile and disgusting that no one wants to touch it when you
Again,
pull it off.
I share perspective. The old days, you'd kind of shove your hand into the actual carriage of a chainsaw, and when it ran, your hand would heat up and become slowly paralyzed over the course of months. And then they would get a new one that was hollowed out, and it had a lot of edges in there that the guy who hollowed it out was not really a specialist. He just pulled crap out. So when you put your hand in to grab a thing, all day long you cut your hand on horrible shards, but it didn't matter because your hand was paralyzed from the heat from before. And then finally, they had a gripper. The Ash vs. Evil Dead, they had an actual gripper. It was like a bicycle grip. So you could put your hand in there, and they had finally perfected the very lightweight chainsaw and shotguns, and then we were canceled. But great credit to the craftsmen because the guns were always a pain in the ass. Because here's the truth. I know everyone here, you're all so badass. But just hold a real shotgun out for like 30 seconds. You're going to start, you ain't going to be Jean-Claude Van Damme for long. You're going to start doing the quiver, and you're doing that all day long. So in New Zealand, great craftsmen, right, Ted?
Great.
I mean,
yeah, amazing.
So I had shotguns and chainsaws that were like high, medium, and low. And I'd come in every season, and the prop guys were literally like, oh, yeah, Bruce, we've done some refinements. And they were always, it was like James Bond. They were Q,
Yeah.
Look, we've done here. The blood will spurt out here much more efficiently this year. Battery twice the length of it was last season. They were so excited.
Yeah.
I was too. And then we got canceled.
Now, we're going to give you one final question, and we did love your other questions about your
Really
hysterical
insightful.
sobbing.
Very good.
That was really only half an hour, and sweaty palms. But other than that, do you have any other questions? You have one more chance.
How long does it take to wash the fake blood out of the tub? Or shower?
You want to know how long the shower takes to get cleaned, or how
Yeah.
long we take to get
Well,
cleaned
Ted,
in the shower?
Ted, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one, and you tell maybe Henrietta.
Sure.
And I'll tell an Ash.
Sure.
Because Ted has Henrietta, playing Henrietta, possessed Henrietta.
Sure. Thank you.
In Evil Dead 2, certainly top 5 of creature discomfort performances. So I'm sure Ted has some discomfort performances.
Well,
It
okay,
took a
so
long time.
Okay, sure. Well, let's start with Evil Dead, the TV show. When I was doing it, I was first playing Chet, and then the executive producer, Rob Tappert, came up to me and said, I know a way you can even do more work and make more money. I went, you do? Thinking, I'm going to get a monologue now. This is great. Chet is finally going to get his own episode.
He's going to be a regular.
The Chet Show, I'm thinking.
The spin-off.
I'm coming up with logos, and it's going to be great. You're going to go and you're going to play Henrietta again. I said, what? That shit almost killed me when I was 20. I'm 50 now. Are you out of your mind? That's going to destroy me. And he went, oh, no, prosthetics have come a long way since then. that glue that they use isn't even the same thing. I'm like, it's not? Oh, no, it's comfortable and cool. You'll love it. So I go in for a makeup test. It's the worst, most horrible, sticky, it's just glue. Glue doesn't change ever. What they used in Roman times, they're still using today. You might as well have used a glue gun on my face. It's just, that crap is horrible. Anyone who wears prosthetics will tell you, the only person who doesn't seem to mind them, that's in the same boat as me, is the guy who came here, a wonderful and amazing actor, Doug Jones. And you ask Doug, you go, Doug, you don't mind that stuff? Oh, no, I don't mind it at all. When I put that stuff, it changes me into a different character, and I love it. And I go, wow, you're fucking nuts. That's all you are. Because that shit's the worst. Anyway, so we get about getting Henrietta, which is half glue. It was just the costume that headpiece, several pieces to complete that. Eye sclera lenses, earpieces, about a dozen pieces glued onto my face and body. And on top of that, drenched in blood. In fact, there we were. And I remember shooting, as a side story, one day, Bruce and I were recreating almost the famous basement battle, the cellar battle between Henrietta and Ash in the TV show, a rather extended version of it. Bruce was standing in front of me. This is about 2 years ago. I was in front of him. Bruce was wearing his Ash costume, the chainsaw. I was in the Henrietta costume. And Bruce looked at me and said, well, Ted, we've come a long way in 30 years. That's a true story.
Yeah.
We
were killing it, weren't we,
Well,
Ted?
it's like advancing from 7-Eleven clerk to 7-Eleven delivery man in 30 years. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it, but you ain't getting far.
Oh, yeah.
So to get that crap off was about an hour and a half to 2 hours to remove it, then a bath in scalding hot water at that point, and then I could limp home. That's how that goes.
Nice.
So but while I only had to do that for 2 or 3 days, Bruce, that was a daily occurrence to get that blood off of him.
Well, back in the first Evil Dead, we would film at an actual remote cabin that had no water, no running water, no electricity, no phone, just scary people who lived nearby. It was an actual piece of property in remote Tennessee. And so no facilities per se. So we're done shooting all night, and it was very cold because the shoot got delayed, and it became a very cold Tennessee winter. So I'd be covered in blood, and probably wasn't a good idea to sit inside the truck. So I'll just sit in the bed of the truck on the way back, the metal bed. I'll just ride in the back of the truck. And we were in the Bible Belt. And we shot all night. Sun's coming up through the beautiful trees in the morning. Riding home, coming around the country corner, and there's the family out with the King James Version under their arms, looking over, going, brrrr, as they go into slow motion, as I'm like the Texas Chainsaw Killer, watching them in slow motion going past, completely covered in blood. It was like covering the little Billy's eyes. Don't look. May Jesus save you! As we're going past. So the only solution there was to turn on the shower and wait as hot as it got. And it wasn't about being scalded. At that point, you were looking for scald. Because scald got it off. Because I was tired of having all the hair on my arms being ripped off every time I would go to scratch my head. So you just wait it with scalding and then step in and then just start cooking yourself from the inside. And you sort of start squishing around in there. And then you can kind of weasel out of it. And there are many analogies that are not appropriate. But yeah, those are the actor's finest moments. But we do it for the magic that is created on screen.
Aw. Folks, thank you very much. We love being here. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.